in the shadow of death, where even the brave dared not tread, lived a man who knew no peace. Possessed, tormented, banished to the graves. His name, Legion.
My name is Legion, for we are many.
For he was not one, but many. No chain could hold him, no prayer could save him, until one day, a boat landed on cursed shores. Legion screamed, "What do you want with us? Jesus, Son of God, have you come to torture us before the time?" Jesus softly, with authority said, "Come out of this man." Evil trembled. In an instant, the storm within him stilled. The man they feared was free. Villager whispered, "How?" They begged Jesus to leave. Fear had blinded them to the miracle, but the man begged to stay. This is not just a story of darkness, but of light, of a man who met God in the graveyard and lived to proclaim it. Then the man went away and began to tell in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him, and all the people were amazed. The story of Jesus healing the demon-possessed man, often called Legion, in Mark 5 verses 1 to 20, Luke 8 verses 26 to 39, and Matthew 8 verses 28 to 34 offers profound lessons for Christians. Here's what believers can learn. Jesus has absolute authority over evil. The story: the demons recognized Jesus' divine power immediately, begging him not to torment them. Jesus effortlessly commanded them to leave the man, even permitting them to enter pigs. Mark 5 verse 13. No force of darkness, whether addiction, sin, or spiritual oppression, is beyond Christ's control. Christians can trust his authority to break every chain. Pray with confidence, knowing Jesus is stronger than any struggle or evil. 1 John 4 verse 4. Jesus sees and loves the unseen. The possessed man was a societal outcast, naked, violent, and living among tombs. Yet Jesus intentionally crossed the stormy Sea of Galilee to reach him. God's compassion extends to those the world rejects. No one is too broken, sinful, or unclean for his grace. Love and serve marginalized people, reflecting Jesus' heart for the lost. Luke 19 verse 10. Transformation proves God's power. The story: after his deliverance, the man was sitting at Jesus' feet, clothed and in his right mind. Luke 8 verse 35. His radical change shocked the entire region. True encounters with Jesus leave undeniable evidence. Our lives should display his transforming power. Share your testimony boldly. Your story of redemption can point others to Christ. Revelation 12 verse 11. Fear often resists God's work. The townspeople, terrified by Jesus' power, beg him to leave. Mark 5 verse 17. They preferred familiar chaos over divine disruption. Human fear can hinder miracles. Comfort zones often compete with faith. Welcome God's work, even when it uproots your routines or challenges your control. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. Your testimony is your mission. Jesus told the healed man, "Go home to your own people and tell them how much the Lord has done for you." Mark 5 verse 19. The man obeyed, spreading news of his deliverance. Your greatest witness is your personal story of God's grace. You don't need theological training, just a transformed life. Share what Jesus has done for you, even in your own community. Acts 1 verse 8. Spiritual warfare is real. The demon's destructive influence, tearing chains, driving the man to self-harm, reveals the reality of evil. Yet they trembled before Jesus. Christians must be spiritually alert, but never fearful. Jesus has already disarmed Satan's power. Colossians 2 verse 15. Put on the armor of God daily. Ephesians 6 verses 10 to 18, and stand firm in prayer. God's ways are beyond our understanding. Jesus allowed the demons to destroy a herd of pigs, a loss that baffled the townspeople. Yet this act revealed his authority over both spiritual and material realms. God's methods may seem strange, but his purposes are always good. Isaiah 55 verses 8 to 9. Trust God's sovereignty, even when his plans don't make sense to you. Final thought. This story reminds Christians that Jesus is both a deliverer and a commissioner. He frees us from bondage, then sends us out as living proof of his power. Like the healed man, our calling is simple. Declare how much God has done for you. Luke 8, verse 39.